You are now watching Zach Lesage, the best place to learn about competitive Pokemon TCG. Let's get it! Yo, what's poppin' YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, Zach Lesage here. Today we're going to be covering over Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX. It's a deck that's been doing okay in our formats, but hasn't necessarily been at the top tables as much as it was last time in our pre-rotation format. I actually played this deck to the Players' Cup Invitational. Really a huge fan of Ice Rider Calyrex, so I'm really excited to see exactly what it looks like in our post-rotation format, and I've cooked up a pretty spicy list. Give this video a like if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. Let's get to 6,000 peeps. Let's really get there. And let me know in the comments below what you think about this deck. The deck list is in the description. Feel free to copy and paste that right into PTCGO, play some games with them, and upload them to objectivedeck.com. It's a website that I've currently worked a lot on as a personal project for myself. So if you really want to help support me as a content creator, feel free to check out objectivedeck.com. That being said, let's jump into this deck list and see what's poppin'. So a new age Ice Rider list is going to be using Ride of the High King or Max Lance in order to just keep on beating down your opponent's Pokemon. It switched to a 2-2 lineup instead of a 4-3 lineup to compensate by adding Suicune V into the deck. Suicune V allows you to attack a little bit quicker if you do not need to have the extra HP and the extra damage output, because Blizzard Rondo is quite a good attack. Fleet-Footed allows you to grab a card off the top of your deck as an extra bonus ability, and the deck functions very similar as before by using a Shady Dealings Drizzile engine, grabbing some cards with Inteleon, and using quick shooting to get those extra numbers out there. So you really have the options now between Ride of the High King, Max Lance, Blizzard Rondo, coupled on top with our quick shooting Inteleon. You have Melanie to power up your Pokemon. You have access to Raihan to power up your Pokemon if you're behind and grab any card. You could use Path to the Peak to slow your opponent down a little bit. There's a lot of cool things going on with this deck, and you have Cape of Toughness to go on your Suicune V. So this deck's a little bit more of a hybrid deck. Think of it like when we saw pure Blacephalon decks at some point, and then they eventually switched to Reshiram and Charizard GX decks, Cramorant V decks, with a side of Blacephalon. It's kind of how I view this deck. It's more of a tempo version of the deck, giving yourself more options to play towards more situations, making it more of a skill-based deck in my opinion. So I'm excited to try some gameplay for this deck. Let's jump into some things and see exactly what's going on. So we won the coin flip. That's sick. Basically, like I've said in almost every video, you want to be going first with this deck, or first with pretty much every deck in the format. Our hand's not even bad at all either, so we certainly take those. Starting with an Ice Rider Calyrex and Energy, a way to search out a Drizzile. Hopefully our opponent's not playing like Metal type or something like that. Rapid Strike Malamar. Kind of an awkward matchup. I don't think that's going to be particularly great for us, but we might be able to start attacking them before they get set up. So let's go for a Sobble here, or actually before we play Sobble, let's go for Level Ball and search through our deck for other things. So we see that we have other Sobbles. We did prize a Sobble. We do have Drizziles. We want to get out our Quick Shooting Inteleon. It looks like we only have one, but that might be able to get us some prize cards early on. So let's go for our Sobbles, get the Sobbles all set up. And against these like single prize card decks, it can be particularly tough. But we do have a decent enough start for next, like decent enough attack going on for next turn. Maybe they're just going to start with the Inkay and go pass, and we just kind of have it. So let's go ahead here and pass. Should have looked through my prize cards a little bit more with that Level Ball, by the way. Something that I'm trying to hold myself accountable to. So we'll see what our opponent's doing. They will not just have an only Inkay. They're going to probably get down another Inkay or maybe a Remoraid. Minchino, okay, cool. As long as we can isolate these single prize card Pokemon, we should be okay. They shouldn't have played those cards in that order. It would have been much better, usually, to search out, to use Great Ball first, because the deck would be filled with more Pokemon, then play Level Ball, and then play Fog Crystal. But it is what it is. We're going to use this as a tanky Pokemon. Hopefully we could take 3 prize cards worth with it. So that's really what we're going to be looking towards. Now, we did get our Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX. That's really not bad at all. And we will be able to get knockouts with Ride of the High King. We could take out their Psychic Energies. That could be okay. I'm not entirely sure how much that's going to do, though. So let's get Drizzile here set up. Maybe there's something cool that we can grab out of the deck. Path to the Peak might be it, right? Path to the Peak could be it. So yeah, let's go for a Path to the Peak here. Let's go for Capacious Bucket, I have a plan. So we're going to go for Water Energies here. We're going to go for Evolution Incense here. So we can go Drizzile again. And we're going to be able to get out a Quick Ball so we can use our Melanie and then get something else up. So we're ready to back up attacker with that. So let's go for a Quick Ball here. And we're going to search for a Suicune. I think Suicune sounds like a pretty sweet card to grab. We'll make sure that we double check through everything. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty okay with this. Suicune's a 2-prizer, so we're going to go 3 prize card, 2 prize card, 3 prize card, forcing our opponent to draw 8 prize cards this game. Might be a little bit much for them to kind of handle. So that's the big play here. So let's go Melanie, power this up. Nothing crazy, but we do have access to an energy, and we do have access to Path to the Peak. So let's Path to the Peak our opponent. Maybe they have only a Crobat in their hand, and they're just waiting to evolve and then play it down. Let's just go Ride of the High King and go for it. We have access to our Inteleon with Quick Shooting, and maybe we'll be able to get our other one out of our prize cards. It's a Crobat. I mean, it's something, right? We have Path of the Peak in play, but that doesn't necessarily mean that our opponent can't bump things down. Maybe they have Tower of Waters. Maybe they're just sitting here waiting for what they can do. But they have Octillery, so I think they'll be able to search out Tower of Waters. Or maybe a Karina's Focus. We'll have to see exactly what's going on. I can't tell if the Octillery is going up on purpose or if it's sacrificial. And if they're sacrificing it, I think we're in a really good spot. Okay, there's the Karina's Focus. We might be in an okay spot here. Yeah. If they had the way to retreat out of the active or get out of the active, they'd be in a much different situation in playing that down. So I actually don't think they have much going on here. They might be able to get an attack off this turn, but I don't think we're getting knocked out, which is certainly a nice plus for us. Just double checking. I don't think they play Scoop of Nets. So we want to focus on the Pokemon with the least amount of HP with Inteleon to try to double up and draw an extra prize card throughout the game. And, I mean, if they don't get another Inkay out, they also run themselves into the risk where we might be able to just bring up the Malamar and put ourselves in an advantageous position. Okay, so they do have the other Inkay. They will be able to attack. Are they passing, though? They do play the Scoop Up Nets. Are they going to put the Remoraid down? Like, are they attacking us with Rapid Strike Tentacles? They have to put themselves in a 2-shot range, and that's the biggest thing that we got to worry about here. They're either shuffling everything away and putting themselves in a tough situation. What are they putting back? 3 cards. Okay, so it's not bad. It's not bad. Our opponent has does 10 plus 30 for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Currently not what we're looking for. So we'll have to go for Max Lance and discard one of our energies. But that's really not the biggest L here. We're going to go ahead and Quick Ball away this Crobat V. I think that seems completely fair. I don't think we're going to put that down in this game. Let's grab another Sobble. And let's start doing some damage to our opponent's Pokemon with Quick Shooting. We could put the damage on the active so we don't have to discard energies, but I'm actually just fine discarding the energies. We also have access to Drizzile if we really need to do anything. So let's go ahead and attach this energy here. Let's go Quick Shooting. Start doing it on this Pokemon. Because if we hit it for 5 times throughout the game, we just draw an extra prize card. And let's go for Max Lance. Again, they only have 3 Pokemon in play, so we would not be able to knock them out. We'd be doing 100th Ride of the High King. Let's go for Max Lance for 130. And that will knock out the Malamar, putting us up 2 prize cards against their 6. Now, they should be in an advantageous position where they are able to knock us out. I mean, they're just going to evolve into the Octillery that they have in their hands and search the deck for a Karina's Focus. Oh, they just got Bruno. Bruno was one heck of a top deck. So how many do they need to get a knockout here? We have 200, so they need to get 5. Might not be able to get 5. Like, right now they only have 6 cards in their hands. And 5 out of the 6 of those have to be. Now, they can definitely get 1 with Octillery. They can get a couple with Chinchino. We'll have to see. So now they have to have 5 out of 7. And they'll have to have 5 out of 8. So, I mean, the odds are getting a little bit better. But, again, they have to waste cards to get other Inkay down. Otherwise, they don't have a backup attacker. And with us grabbing this Inteleon, we kind of just jump back into the game immediately and put ourselves just in an advantageous position. So with them using Evolution Incense, I think they're going to be able to get it. Either that or they're just going to be a little bit shy. Yeah, because they're still just using Rapid Strike Surge, so now they have to have 5 out of 7. Now they have to have 5 out of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Cool. So we're knocked out. That's fine. They're gonna be up a prize card. I wish we would have. I wish we could hit into this Inkay and just like knock it out, but it's really not possible for us. Let's go ahead here and go for Suicune. I think Suicune seems sweet. And really nothing much with that Evolution Incense. I don't see what we'd be wanting to grab. So before we do anything, let's just go for Drizzile. I think Drizzile seems like the absolute card that we want to be grabbing here. Probably just going for a Professor's Research to try to get another Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX setup. Don't see what else I'd be looking for. Let's go for an Evolution Incense just in case. We're not ever using that Drizzile for the rest of the game, so let's just pitch it out of the deck. And there's nothing else that we want to be doing here. So, let's start building this up. Now, we did not find our Ice Rider V. Let's waste this level ball because there's really nothing in our deck that we can grab. Let's just go for another Suicune. Let's put a Cape of Toughness on this Pokemon. And let's build up another Suicune. I mean, you're just going to have to go through 7 prize cards instead of 8 this game, right? So let's go quick shooting. Let's do some more damage. I want to make sure that we're doing enough with Blizzard Rondo first, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, plenty enough. We could also try to play around their things like Bruno and stuff like that. I don't necessarily want to be going through that kind of strategy. I think that could really backfire since we do know that they play Scoop Up Net. It's different playing on the ladder than it is playing in real life or like in a tournament. So we're going to go Blizzard Rondo, put ourselves down to few prize cards remaining. And if our opponent does not get a Scoop Up Net next turn, I think we're in a really good spot here. Especially if they just don't get a knockout here. If they don't get a knockout, I think we literally just win this game. So I have to see exactly what's going on with CJ play. It's matchups like this that can be like kind of just difficult. Single prize card decks are awkward, but just put yourself in those positions, try to plan things out, sequence out the right plays. And I mean, you can see that our opponent's down a few Malamars, they're down the Inkay, so they also need to find an Ordinary Rod this turn as well to really follow it up. So they have a lot of pressure on themselves to really follow this up. And right now, they might not even get the knockout. They need to get how many do they need to get? We have 260, which means they need to do 280, which means they need to get a Scoop Up Net, they need to get an Ordinary Rod, they need to search out an Inkay, and they need to get 8 for the knockouts. I really don't see that happening right now. I could be wrong. We'll see exactly what's going on here. Oh, they have Rescue Carrier. Okay, so Rescue Carrier works out very similarly in this deck to having just a Ordinary Rod. So that's step 1, but they still need to get 8 to get the knockout or play Tool Scrapper. I mean, it's almost negligible if they play Tool Scrapper. It's better for them just to play more Rapid Strike Pokemon in their deck. Pokemon Catcher certainly could be awkward. That's their second Pokemon Catcher. Something I really was not expecting in this format, but they do have the Ordinary Rod. It does not look like they're going to get this knockouts. And this could just put them in a really tough spot. We could draw 2 prize cards next turn, checkmate our opponent. They will not have anything that they could do. They could try to deck us out. I don't think they'll deck us out. So we'll just have to see exactly what's going on. They might have a Scoop Up Net up their sleeve. That would really be difficult for us to deal with. But so far, this deck showing its versatility between being a 2 prize card Pokemon, something that when you miss that Ice Rider, they did get the Scoop Up Net. Ugh. Oh, what? I'm actually so confused here. That was really the Pokemon that I think they'd want to use Scoop Up Net for. Maybe everything else was like really good in their hands. Or 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times 4. Oh, maybe they need 7. 7's the card that I'm thinking of, not 8's. 7's what I'm thinking of. Are they going to be able to get this, though? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Jeez. Why? That was ridiculous. But now they have only 2 random cards left. We are going to go for a double knockouts. I really can't complain here. Let's go for Capacious Buckets. And we're going to get set up. We're just with the 1 energy. I want to make sure that we're safe there. If they bring up anything, they probably just win the game anyways. So let's go Quick Ball, pitching away Melanie, because we don't really care. Let's grab something else out of the deck because it doesn't matter. We literally win the game or we do not win the game. Let's go like this. We could actually get a Scoop Up Nets and knock out Inkay and knock out Malamar, and then they have no answers. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 140. You want to know what? There's no reason not to put a Suicune in play, so let's just get a Suicune down with an air balloon on it and research. If we get Scoop Up Net, that's going to be our new strategy. So our opponent will not be able to attack anything that we have in the game because we can knock out both Pokemon. So doesn't really matter what's going on now. We're able to take out both their Inkay and their Malamar in the same turn. And we can put the Sobble down. I mean, I don't necessarily think they have some crazy strategy going on. I'd like to knock out the I would have liked to knock out the Chinchino, but we're going to take the opportunistic knockout. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And yeah, you can see that they're going to concede the game here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We don't have the dub on board, but our opponent has nothing. Yeah, there's the concession. We'll take that. For a lot of my videos, I like playing 2 games to really showcase what a deck can do. But I think in this game, I carefully was able to show you what Path to the Peak, Inteleon, Ice Rider, Suicune, Melanie. Basically, I worked this deck to its absolute limits to beat a Rapid Strike Malamar deck. So me playing another game would actually detract away from that, in my opinion. It's one of those things where that game was an absolute amazing source of gameplay. I played my butt off against a matchup that otherwise should be unfavorable because it is a single prize card deck. They have way less prize cards, stuff like that going on. It's one of those things where I'm just really happy with my gameplay. So if you haven't already, give this video a like because that game was absolutely sick. One of my best played games of Pokemon in a while. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're trying to get to 6,000. We're so close to there. We're about 100 peeps away. We can get there. And let me know in the comments what you think about this deck. Maybe we'll see some more gameplay. Maybe I'll play it in a tournament. This deck had a lot of cool stuff going on. Check out the description for the list if you want to copy and paste it. Be absolutely sick to watch you play this deck. Alright, I'll catch up with all y'all later. Have a great one. Peace out. I want to give a huge shout out to everyone who's become a channel member. It's one of those things where I appreciate every single person who watches my videos, and I mean, that's really where it counts, but for the channel members, they've gone out of their way to financially support me, and I truly appreciate that gesture. It's one of those things when I started channel memberships up on my channel, and I just didn't know if anyone was ever going to do it, so I truly appreciate everyone taking the plunge, taking a leap of trust, and investing in me as a content creator. Truly makes a difference for me each and every month. If you haven't already thought about becoming a channel member, you might want to contribute to the channel, and I do put everything back into the channel to make it the best possible place to watch for Pokemon TCG content. Again, I truly appreciate everyone. Thank you so much. Cheers. I truly appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It means the world to me. And my goal with this channel is to spread my love of the game and knowledge with our entire Pokemon TCG community. If you haven't already, help signal boost this video to other Pokemon TCG fans by liking it, sharing it with your friends, and subscribing to the channel. Hopefully we reach our goals really soon. Check out this recommended video, and have yourself a great day. Thanks.